Good morning. Hope everybody's well. I'm doing good. Well, pretty good. I got 339 days, no boost. Good on me. I didn't drink any alcohol last night. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I was feeling a little under the weather actually when I got home. Just kind of like lingering congestion I had. It seems like it was trying to make a comeback, like a relapse. I just came home off work yesterday and sorry, and had some food and like I'm thinking, man, I feel pretty crappy. So I just laid down, went to bed about 10 p.m. I didn't have any alcohol. I'm kind of thinking that alcohol is keeping me from getting well. So I went to bed, not feeling too good. I wasn't like having like a fever or nothing. It's just I felt kind of weird, icky. And I think alcohol is like whatever this lung infection I have. I think alcohol is dragging it out. It's making it drag out. So keeping my immune system suppressed somewhat, because it's been dragging on for a few weeks now, and it's pissing me off. So, anyways, I slept real good. I was dreaming really weird dreams, man. I was with a friend I used to know. I haven't talked to her in a long time, but anyways, it was this lady off somewhere far from here, kind of out in the not desert, but out in wide open areas, right, like farmland. And she owned a lot of land, like thousands of acres, right? On it was like flat land. All her land, her ex husband owned like uh, lumber warehouses, but the warehouses were like big wooden sheds, right? And they all had open fronts. They weren't like buildings. They're like big, giant like barnyards, right? But with open fronts, full of old lumber that was all like fallen over. And these went on for like, but we could fly, right? So we were flying like birds with like, how you can fly in your dreams. Me and her were flying. I wanted to go see how many, and how many of these, like, how much they had of these big giant barns. I mean, they're giant barns, like huge. They went off for like city blocks and they were up like 5 stories high, right? Full of all this old lumber that had like decrepit and fell over and like looked real old. And the old barns were like real old and like almost ready to fall apart. And like they owned like thousands of acres full of land with all these old like barns filled with lumber, right? It was really weird. So we were flying above these all this land with all these barns full of wood, looking, and like I'm thinking, man, this chick must have a lot of money or something, right? And like we flying, and then we get to this one weird area where there's these like old buildings, right, made out of like stone and concrete, right, and they're real weird, like all wavy like rock, right, and then I looked like old weird rock buildings, right, and they looked old, like they haven't been touched in a long time because they had like mold on them and like dirt and like they haven't been touched. And it's real weird, like construction, like rock. You know how rock is, like they were like buildings made with rock, like it was giant rock, and then they made honed them out and made like like rooms, right? Didn't know what they were used for, but I wanted to look inside one of them, right? And I turned the knob, and the knob like had like crusty old, like just mold and dirt all hard on it, and it just crackled when I turned it, and it all fell. And I looked in there, and it was empty, but it was all just old rock room, right? It was just like a rock room, but it had a window there and a door, but it was all dusty and like moldy, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is old abandoned stuff, old abandoned rock buildings, right? So we take off flying again, and then we go back to where we started, and then like I saw like the dog. There's some people over there trying to do something, and they let the dog let her dog out, and then we had to go look for the dog. Came back, anyways. So then next thing I know, I wanted to go adventure more, looking at how much land and of these like barns she had, because I was trying to assess how much this chick was worth. And she was like by herself, right? Like her husband had passed, and like I was trying to like assess her situation, right? Like how much land she owned, how much of this wood place. And I ended up getting lost, right? And then I remember trying to find. Uh, I had her on the phone, right? Like I had her on the phone, and I remember wherever I was lost at, it was these old like barn, they were like barn buildings, right? And they had shops all through them though, but they were kind of like it was like the tall building, and the shops had levels like different stories, but they were old wood like barns, right? And there's little shops all in them, right? But really old, and there most of them had like foreign like language and writing. I couldn't read the addresses because I was going to use tell her the address where I was, and then like so I could get like use a map so I could use a map, use Google to get back to her. But everywhere, all the little shops I tried to read, I couldn't read the writing. Writing wasn't making any sense. I couldn't understand it, so I didn't know what to type. So I can get an address, so I can get back to where she was. So I was kind of lost all in this like small like town with this real weird. I wish I could draw these buildings because they were real big, right? And they're kind of like a big old barn, but like huge, right? Huge. And there was all these shops inside them, right? But they had all this foreign writing on them. I couldn't understand the writing because it was real weird, man. It was kind of like how English writes, but they were shaped differently, and they weren't spelling like English words, and numbers were kind of like our numbers, but they weren't the same. I couldn't tell what it was saying. No matter how hard I tried, I think I'd seen one I could understand, an address, and I looked closer and I couldn't make it out. But all that, there was one like 7-Eleven down there that I could almost understand just because I recognized the logo. But and that was the only shop that was open too. All the rest were like there, but they weren't open. And it was really weird. So I took off and I was flying, trying to recognize where an area where I had been, so I could kind of try to backtrack. And I just couldn't find my way back to my friend where we were when we started. So I ended up just being kind of lost somewhere, and trying to fly my way back home. In the sky. It's really weird, man. Then I woke up. And I was thinking that is just really bizarre dream, man. And so I just decided to get up. I'm feeling okay. I'm still feeling like something in my chest, man. Like like it's a dry cough, kind of. Got like a little lung, a little lung infection. Like yesterday, like I'd be sitting there trying to talk, and all of a sudden I just cough, man, like out of nowhere, like kind of like a whooping cough almost. Fucking pisses me off. But other than that, I'm feeling okay. I got a big day ahead of me today. I got to empty out my sheds, load up all this, my friend's fucking boxes and everything he's got. I'm storing here for him, and take it all the way to a fucking storage unit, put all his shit in there, probably like fucking 20 boxes of shit, and fucking do all this. I just want to get it done early, so I have. It's probably gonna wear me out, so I want to get it knocked out early when I have energy, and then I can come back and see how I feel. It's my Saturday today, but that's pretty much all I got. I got nothing political to rant about. I wish this damn whatever's in my lungs would go away, man. It's starting to drag on, man, and it's pissing me off. I might have to quit drinking for this thing to go away because cutting back is obviously not helping. It's making it linger. So I might have to do what I have to do, bite the bullet, and not drink for a little while because alcohol can really make a common cold into something that drags out for a long time, and it's just not fun. This shit should have been gone last week. It could be allergies too. I don't know. It is allergy season right now because I don't feel sick right now. I just feel like my lungs, my sinuses a little bit. I don't feel sick though. Could be allergies. I don't know. But yesterday when I got off work, I was feeling pretty kind of ill. Like groggy. My lungs felt weird. Um, I didn't. I didn't feel like sick though. It's weird. I did feel like hot. My face felt kind of hot. It's really bizarre. Could be allergies, like real bad allergies. But anyways, that's all I got. 339 days, no boost, no alcohol last night. So yeah, I'm having like some congested in my sinuses too, my ears and stuff. So I don't know what's going on. But anyways, um, y'all have an awesome day. I'm gonna try to get this knocked out because I'm kind of glad that this it's happening. I want to do this because I want my. It's gonna be nice to have my sheds back. Okay, so I can get to my shit. I've been storing his stuff in there for a long time, and it's nice to finally get it out. So y'all have a good day, and I'll catch y'all later. See ya.